I just want to say we're so passionate about classic movies. We're going to expand the conversation.
You can see the passion that's in this room.
It's thrilling to the core.
Put a new spin on some vintage films.
It's classic movies and more.
Hi, I'm Aurora for Classic Movies and More, and I'm here with my co-host Annmarie.
Hi.
We're both going to this year's Turner Classic Movies Film Festival, and we thought we'd go through the schedule and show you how difficult it is to make the choices of movies.
Yes, and we are veterans. This will be our fourth time, yet we always face the same dilemmas. Dilemmas? Yeah, dilemmas. Okay. So let's say you want to start with Thursday night when the festival starts?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're looking at the schedule online now, and we're on the first night, and already there's problems. I can tell you that there are problems. Okay. What are you thinking, Aurora?
Okay, so this is Thursday, April 28th. The opening night movie is All the President's Men. Neither of us will be there. You know, I have a conflict right off the bat. So this is what I'm thinking. I really wanted to go see The Freshman, Harold Lloyd movie. That's going to be screening at the Roosevelt Pool, and I've never seen presentation at the pool.
Right.
But if I see The Freshman on Friday night, I can't see any other movie after, and that's killing me. Because it ends just as the other movies start, or it's 15 minutes away from Brief Encounter at the Cineplex, and that's going to be a popular choice. So I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing that night. How about you?
Yeah, I would normally go see The Freshman, but it's playing against the Tree Grows in Brooklyn, and I don't think I can miss it. And Ted Donaldson's going to be there, so he played the young boy in the movie, and I just don't know if I want to cry Thursday night, but I have a feeling I'll be crying on Thursday night. And then, if that's the case, just so you guys know what else is playing, it's up against Dark Victory and a movie called One Potato, Two Potato. But I think a Tree Grows in Brooklyn, I think I would forego The Freshman, because then at least I can go see Brief Encounter as well. But that's playing against Guess Who's Coming to Dinner
With Catherine Hahn and Donald Bogle.
I know.
Yeah, I mean, my other option, I love Dark Victory and Bette Davis, but I recently saw Dark Victory on the big screen, so that's why I didn't want to go that route. But I may do Dark Victory, followed by actually Los Tallos Amargos, which is an Argentinian noir, which I'd love to see. I think I saw it as a child with my grandmother, actually. So, yeah, right off the bat, Thursday night, tough choices.
Tough choices. And that's just Thursday night.
And that's just Thursday night.
Shall we move on to Friday?
Yes.
Okay, it gets worse, people.
Yeah.
It gets worse.
Yeah, it does.
Okay. All right. So Friday morning, now this is killing me because one of my all-time favorite movies. Anybody who knows me knows it's one of my top 10. The More the Merrier is playing at 9 a.m. But it conflicts with the imprint ceremony at Grumman's, which I'm going to try and catch with Francis Ford Coppola. So that's going to kill me. But also, The More the Merrier is up against Shanghai Express, which
is my choice.
Yeah. It's tough.
I'm going to start my Friday with Shanghai Express. And I have to mention, it's also up against Love Me or Leave Me, Cagney, and Doris Day. I mean, one of my favorite movies, but I think I'm going to go with Shanghai Express.
Right. And it's also against Never Fear, which is one of the Ida Lupino.
That's right.
Her directorial debut.
Yeah, that's tough.
But I think I really want to go see The More the Merrier, but I might have to go see Shanghai Express. Not that that's a terrible thing, okay? So that I can try and hit the imprint ceremony.
Yeah. By the way, this lineup that morning, on Friday morning, has a good chance to get one or two movies on a TBD spot later. So I'm hoping that what we may miss, we may get a chance to see later during the festival.
Yeah.
Okay, what are you following that
the
with?
The problem is if I go to the imprint ceremony, I can't go to the next movie, so I have to see how it goes.
I think I'm gonna do Shanghai Express first thing in the morning and follow it by Double Harness, a 1933, which I've never seen, so I'm looking forward to that one.
If I had to choose, there's a movie I've never seen. He Ran All the Way, and that is with John Garfield, and apparently it was his last performance, I guess before he was blacklisted. So that would be very interesting to see. I just don't know if I can make it. That's the beauty. That's a blessing and the curse about the TCM Film Festival.
It's tough, but you know,
to
I
pick.
mean, they have to do that so that we have space for everybody.
Oh, but did you see this? Lassie Come Home is playing, and the special guest is Lassie. Oh no!
Oh, really? I didn't even see that.
I didn't see that.
Oh, that's
till
great.
just now. Oh boy! All right, there you go. All right,
Our chance to
next.
get a paw print. Okay, so I was gonna follow that, and you have to give me. Oh yes, I was gonna follow that with Trapeze.
Yeah.
With Gina Lollobrigida in attendance. She's going to introduce the film, and I believe that was her U.S. Film debut, American film debut.
Yeah. I might have to do that one as well. And it'll probably be beautiful on the big screen.
Yes,
with the
exactly,
colors and everything.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, okay, that was an easy one.
Right,
And
but it's
that's
just
at the
so everyone
Egyptian.
knows, it's up against The Conversation.
It's up against
And-
the conversation with Francis Ford Coppola
which is tough.
in attendance. So that's a tough, I love
up
that movie
against
too.
Tea and Sympathy and When You're in Love, which I don't know that one, so I don't know. Maybe I should check that out. And then Amazing Film Discoveries, which
Well,
would probably
When You're
be
in Love,
tough
actually,
to miss.
see, this is, okay, I just got a little bit more difficult because Jennifer Grant is going to be in attendance at When You're in Love. That's
gosh,
Cary
oh
Grant,
my
who I
gosh.
adore. Tara McNamara is also going to be in attendance.
And that's going to be tough.
Okay, that just got a lot tougher for me. So.
And actually, how did I not know this? Robert Riskin, this was his the only picture he directed. Which and
Okay,
he was,
so,
the Frank Capra
I have no idea what I'm doing that
team.
day at that time
Interesting,
slot.
Very
I
interesting.
may
I might have to go to that. Oh boy.
I
All
may-
right, I don't
yeah.
know. Oh, I don't know.
You know what? I think I just changed my mind.
Okay,
Oh, boy.
people.
Okay.
And trust me, tomorrow my mind will change
Yeah.
again. Okay?
Yeah, I reserve the right to change my mind.
All right, the next is going to be a killer as well.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, so the lineup, right? The
Yeah.
next slot, it's A Wonderful Life
my
at
gosh.
TCL Chinese Theater.
but
The Passion of Joan of Arc starts at 7:15. Now that's my choice. It was my choice since they announced that early. That was one of the early films that they announced with. It's going to have a chorus and an orchestra. I don't know how I can miss that one. But it's, again, not an easy choice.
not an easy choice, and it's up against Boys in the Hood. It's up against Pleasure Cruise, which sounds like a really fun little pre-code romantic comedy. So I might opt for that. And then go see Batman, the movie.
Yeah. Oh, let me
the
mention, the
poolside.
reason actually I may give up Pleasure Cruise, which again I've never seen, is because they have a Vaudeville 101 presentation at Club TCM. I love
that's
vaudeville,
right.
and it's a presentation by Bruce Goldstein, who's always great. So I think I may go to Club TCM and then follow that by with the Passion of Joan of Arc.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Ugh, that makes sense. But who knows what I'm going to do when I'm
Okay.
actually there.
All right. Now next, and you guys, you didn't hear
Okay.
us say this, la 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 la, but this is non-negotiable for us, right?
Yeah. Oh, and by the way,
Oh.
regarding your Batman the movie
Yes.
at the pool,
Yes.
that's it's really terrible to give that one up because Adam West and Lee Merriweather, Catwoman, is going to be they're going to be in attendance. So none of this is easy. Okay.
All right, but the next one
Yeah.
is killer.
I think
Okay.
this is one of the ones that we both said,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
And that's The Manchurian Candidate, 1962.
1962.
Alec Baldwin introducing or interviewing Angela
Yeah.
Lansbury, who's going to introduce the film. So,
Yeah, well, that's what we said, and then
Yes.
we looked a little down further
Yeah.
on the list. And
when you
saw-
scroll
Yeah.
down a little bit, you notice that my sister Eileen will have Chris Lemmon in attendance,
which would
and
be best.
Jack Lemmon, who's one of my all-time favorite people. Although I never met him, I just love everything he ever did. So, The Manchurian Candidate is my
I think
I'm
so,
probably
too.
going to be there, but again, I'll be thinking
It's
of
such
Jack
a great
Lemmon.
movie
Yeah,
too. So
yeah.
yeah. But also it's up against Pride of the Yankees.
Yeah.
And
Repeat performance from
Performance.
1947.
And I'm not familiar with the last one.
Carry On. Yeah,
You know,
I
but
don't know that
that's
one either.
Interesting. We'll have to do a little research too.
Yeah. Okay.
And then there's the Midnight Film, which
Now, I don't think, because the Manchurian Candidate ends
Oh,
at
yeah, we'll
midnight,
never make it.
I'm not sure that we'd
Yeah,
make it, although it's rare that the midnight screenings sell out. Who knows, maybe we'll make it. And the midnight screening on that Friday is Roar from 1981. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Maybe I'll get a couple of extra hours sleep, we'll
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
So,
Moving on to
Moving on to
Saturday,
Saturday.
April 30th. All right. Let's see how bad it starts.
Yeah.
All right, my screen is changed. All right.
okay, so I'm starting Saturday,
right.
I think, with the 90th anniversary of Vitaphone. With Ron Hutchinson doing the presentation. It sounds amazing. It's the Warner Brothers Vitaphone films, and it's
I'm torn.
going to be 7 vintage Vitaphone shorts.
That's probably where I'll go, but
Yeah.
I am torn because they're showing Bambi.
Yeah.
Okay. And last year I was telling Aurora before I went to see Pinocchio, which had always scared me as a kid, and yet when I saw it at the film festival, I was crying from the get-go.
Yeah.
As soon as it opened and Jiminy Cricket was singing, I was bawling. I was crying so hard, and I loved it, loved it, loved it. So now I'm like, oh my God, do I go see Bambi? Or do I go see this great Vitaphone segment? But then it's up against, just so everyone knows, Field of Dreams and Ace in the Hole. And One Man's Journey, which is another one I'm not familiar with.
Well,
but-
Ace in the Hole, I
Ace
love
in
that
the Hole,
movie.
yeah.
I mean, what a
Yeah.
fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Billy Wilder just never missed a beat. But
Yeah.
I saw that last month on the big screen at the Lowe's Jersey. I'll give them a shout out. So I don't feel too
So you're
bad about
covered.
Yeah, so I'm covered
Okay.
there.
All right.
Okay.
Now the next one is tough.
This is yeah. Okay. So okay, I don't even know
All
where
right.
to start.
Well, here's what we have to choose from. Carl Reiner speaking at Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid. A Face in the Crowd, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Intolerance, and then A House Divided, and then a break into Bulldog Drummond Strikes Back. So, yeah, what are you thinking?
Boys, this
Oh,
is
and there's the
difficult.
thing at the TCM Club too.
Yeah, I mean, this sounds really interesting. It's a presentation. It's called My First Time in Hollywood with Carrie Beauchamp, Nancy Olsen Livingston, and Lorraine Newman. It's good. I mean, it just sounds like a lot of fun, so that's tempting. I love Carl Reiner, but I think I was leaning toward A House Divided, again, another pre-code I've never seen, followed by Bulldog Drummond Strikes Back. That one, you can see pretty often and in many places, but still, it's 2 movies in what would otherwise be one-time slot. So
Right.
I don't know. I may lean the Carl Reiner way or go to the Club TCM. And I don't know, it's difficult. So I don't know. What are you going to do there?
Yeah, I'm torn.
hard.
I was originally, my first thought when I saw this here was intolerance. I must go see it, but now I'm looking at it. I'm like, well, maybe I should go to A House Divided. I don't know. I'm going to need
It is.
time to ponder
is.
this a little bit.
It is.
Now, the next time slot, it's Buenos Sarah, Mrs. Campbell, The Big Sleep, War of the Worlds, The Yearling, and then Harold and Lillian, A Hollywood Love Story. And then there's a couple of other things going on that I know you looked at as
Yeah,
well.
I mean, there's Rita Moreno is doing her book signing at this time slot. There's also the conversation with Elliot Gould at TCM Club,
Yeah.
at Club TCM, excuse me. My initial thought was go to the War of the Worlds. I love the movie. Gosh.
And we're talking about the 1953 version.
Exactly.
Just to be clear.
Yes, yes. So, I'm not sure here. There's quite a few things to consider.
Yeah, and it's to know, like a lot of these movies, and we're skipping some, have great celebrity guests too.
Oh,
We've
yeah,
not been mentioning all of them.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. We're not even mentioning. I mean, The Yearling,
Yeah,
the 2015 documentary,
Yeah.
Harold and Lillian, A Hollywood Love Story, which, by the way, a friend of mine saw and loved. So so that's another consideration. I mean, it's just too many things. So we'll see. I usually mark up like everyone else. I'll
Yeah.
mark up my my schedule and then get there and change the choices that I sweated over.
Yeah, the next time slot, I think was a no-brainer for you.
It was a no-brainer for me.
Okay, so the choices are The King and I, The Long Goodbye, The Endless Summer, I've Always Loved You, and Song of Bernadette, and Forbidden Planet. That's a lot of movies.
And Forbidden
Okay.
Planet is playing poolside again. How fun would that
I
be?
know,
But
it'd be a
for me,
blast.
it was a no-brainer. The King and I, Rita Moreno introducing the film. Yeah, I have to be there.
Well, the first thing I said to Aurora was, no, Song of Bernadette, Song of
Yeah.
Bernadette, I've
Yeah.
got to go see. But now I'm like, oh my gosh, The King and I would be beautiful at Grumman's. Oh my gosh, I can't even
Yeah,
imagine the
yeah.
colors.
And interesting, the Song of Bernadette. So, Sister Rose Paquette, who just did the entire month on TCM for Condemned Films, is going to be doing the introduction, which no doubt will be interesting. So,
Isn't this fun, folks?
yeah. And by the way, this is the same torture everyone who goes to the festival goes through. So, okay, next. This
Yeah.
is still, we're still Saturday.
Still Saturday.
We've seen quite a few movies, hopefully by this point, and we've attended a couple of presentations. And then, go ahead. Now,
Well, it looks like we've got a choice between Rocky, A Short History of Widescreen Cinema, Band of Outsiders, Midnight, and Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman. Yeah.
Okay, before I tell you my choice, I want to send a shout out to Rob Medeska III. He did an interview with us, which you can find on this page. He's a 6-year-old Universal Horror
Now
fan.
he's 7. Now
He
he's
just turned
7.
7. My
Just turned
apologies.
7.
He just turned 7, and I shouldn't have made that mistake. But anyway, he loves his favorite movie of all time, as you would see if you listen to the video, is Frankenstein Meets the Wolfman from 1943. And so I'm giving him the shout out. And because of him, I considered that movie. But I think my choice will be Midnight.
Yeah, I'd have to
With
agree
Bonnie,
with you
yeah,
on that.
1939, with Bonnie Hunt doing the introduction.
Yeah. And then at midnight.
Is that what you chose to?
Yes,
The midnight?
yes,
Okay.
midnight,
Okay,
absolutely.
okay.
And then at the time of midnight,
Yes.
midnight,
Yeah.
we have a very interesting movie.
Yeah. Yeah, with the midnight screening on Saturday night is Gog from 1954. It's a terrific 3D sci-fi, just restored. We were lucky enough to be invited
To a
to
private
yes, to a
screening.
private screening by Bob Furmanek, who is the CEO, founder, and director of the 3D Film Archive. And he will be introducing the film along with his partner, Greg Kintz. Don't miss it. This is a lot of fun, a lot of scientific terms that you've never heard of. Robots in 3D, and it doesn't get any better than that. And if you're interested in at least some of the backstory, check out the interview we did with Bob, 3D Film Archive, on this page here.
Looks like we're on to Sunday, May
Okay.
1st.
Oh, the festival's almost
Oh,
over.
no, boo-hoo, boo-hoo.
Okay.
It goes very fast,
It
folks.
does, it
It
does.
goes very fast.
Okay, so this was easy for you. This time slot, first thing on Sunday.
Well, it was, and then it wasn't. Okay, so that's the way. Well, let me tell you what the choices are. So MASH with Elliot Gould on hand, King of Kings, All That Heaven Allows. There's a TBD there. The Fallen Idol, Holiday in Spain, and then there's an entertainment memorabilia appraisal event. The first thing I said was, non-negotiable, King of Kings, need to go see it, yay. And then about 2 seconds later I said, oh, but maybe it needs to be MASH. So I don't know. I just don't know. What about you?
You know, I went straight to The Fallen Idol, 1948. 40 is my favorite decade in films. I've never seen it, so I think I'm going to stick to that.
Okay.
Especially because that movie, you know, gives me good timing for my next set, which I think is going to be very popular. So I'll go straight there. The choices for the next time slot, which were not easy. It's The Longest Yard with Burt Reynolds, Al Ruddy, Randy Williams at the Chinese Theater. I love The Longest Yard, but I think I'm not going to go there. Then there's Children of a Lesser God with Marlee Matlin, The Kid with Charlie Chaplin's The Kid, Law and Order from 1953, another TBD spot. So again, these choices may, by Sunday, the choices are even more difficult. I think, my plan is to go to see The Kid, followed by Horse Feathers.
Yeah.
This was kind of a no-brainer, although again, missing The Longest Yard is not easy. But those two
Right.
on the big screen,
For me,
Yeah.
no brainer. Anyone who knows me,
yeah.
huge Chaplin fan, huge Marx Brother fan. So this is perfect.
Yeah, and
So-
David Steinberg, by the way, introducing
That's
Horse
gonna be
Feathers.
fun.
That's gonna be
fun.
that's gonna
Now
be
the
a
other
blast.
thing to mention though is that against Horsefeather is playing is Old Yeller too, so that people
Yeah,
know that.
yeah.
But I've got to go for
Yeah.
Horsefeathers. I just can't
Yeah.
resist the Marx Brothers.
Again, I also want to mention, because these are great presentations, and I love being at Club TCM. I mean, they should do they should add a fifth day or a fourth day to the festival, or a fifth day actually, right? Thursday,
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday. Okay, a fifth day, and do just Club TCM presentations, so I could just sit there all day. They have the Art of Film Score, which sounds amazing, and a conversation with Gina Lollobrigida. So.
That's-
While we're
that's
talking
gonna be
mostly about the
tough.
movies, I love the Club TCM presentations, and who
They're
knows what
so
I'm going to end up
special.
doing.
Yeah,
Who knows?
exactly.
So,
The next time slot you have, let's see, Fat City. The Russians are coming. The Russians are coming. You have to say.
Right.
She wore a yellow ribbon, and the Keys of the Kingdom. And at first, for me, it was a no-brainer. It was She Wore a Yellow Ribbon. It's just,
yeah, I think
But
I agree. John Ford on the big
Yeah,
screen
it's-
is as can't miss
Exquisite.
as it comes.
yeah, exquisite.
However, the Keys of the Kingdom with Cecilia Peck doing the introduction
Yeah.
is.
Wow, it's a wow.
Yeah, it is a wow.
Yeah,
So,
it's a wow.
again, I don't know what I'm going to do that day.
And just so people know, Eva Marie Saint will be introducing The Russians Are Coming. The Russians Are
Yeah.
Coming. So-
Yeah, we have to mention her, right?
All right.
And Stacy Keach will be introducing
Oh,
Fat City from
Yeah,
1972.
Very
So
interesting. Now, the last time slot. Wow, that went fast.
that did
Almost
go
as
fast.
fast as the festival
Yeah,
itself
you're right.
goes. Okay. So this for me is a no-brainer, but the choices are, there's a TBD, there's two TBDs, then there's Cinema Paradiso, Network, and The Bandwagon. So,
Yeah, for me, no brainer.
Yeah.
Cinema
Yeah, I
Paradiso
have to agree.
at
It's
the Chinese theater.
exquisite movie.
Yeah, just a gorgeous movie, and it's a perfect choice to close the festival. Which theme, by the way, is moving pictures, and this movie is about loving movies. So I think it'll just be a grand way to end, and I think all of us will be hugging and crying and
Yeah, it's such
and
a good-
for
And then-
many reasons.
Yeah, for many reasons. It's
Yeah.
so tough. You go to the festival every year and you meet all of the friends that you would never be able to meet in real life, because
That's
half
right.
of us met on
That's
Twitter
right.
and Facebook, and we're just
That's
all
right.
fans, and we met. I mean, my
Yeah.
gosh, Aurora and I met on Twitter, for Pete's sake.
That's right. That's right.
So we have all of these great friends that we've met through social media, and it's so fabulous to actually see them in person. It's just a great way every year, something to look forward to. I mean, the movies are incredible, the celebrity interviews are incredible. It's one class.
Yeah.
Classic
I mean, the festival
film
would not be
festival.
the same. As much as we love these movies,
Yeah.
it
It's
would
the-
not be
it's
the
the-
same if we didn't share it with other
That's
people
right. It's
who
the
love these
people.
movies as
And
much
it's
as we do.
great to go
Yeah.
see movies that people actually understand why these movies are so
Yeah.
great, So we do want to mention that we are social producers for Turner Classic Movie Film Festival this year, so please be on the lookout for us and say hello. We'll be there traipsing around Hollywood Boulevard.
Along with another a large
20
group.
like at least
I think it's at
20
least 20 of us.
other social producers.
Other social producers,
So-
all fabulous people active on social
Fabulous
media.
people.
I can't think of all the names right now, but they're
But we will,
wonderful.
we
Yeah.
will all be there, so please look for
Yeah.
us and please
Yeah.
say hello. We'll have all smiles
Yeah.
on our faces.
So this was fun.
For us.
A quick look at the festival schedule. I'm pretty sure that most of the fans who go through the same kind of torture. And, it was a lot of fun. We hope you enjoy it. We'd love to hear from you. Let us know what choices we
Yeah.
made that are wrong, what movies we should go to. And before we go, we want to send out just a hello to Robert
course.
Osborne, who will not be at the festival this year. But,
With all
we
good
think of
wishes
him.
and good
Yes,
thoughts and,
And I was thinking about him so much, in fact, that I wore my Robert Osborne for President button. He would give a lot of class to everyone in the primaries this year. But let me not go into politics. Thank you for joining us,
Thank you.
and we hope to see you at the festival.
Yay!